can't wait. I'm gonna drive Fuji Speedway without a speed limiter. Last time, 180, it would just stop me. But this time, I can bury the needle. The needle's gonna come around.
You go back to 1 mile an hour.
Yeah, go back to 0.
How is it?
It's when I go over the curbing, it's a little bouncy still, but other than that, it drives incredible.
Okay.
Having a lot of fun. Cool. The turn in is so much better than before.
Mid-corner stability's fine?
Mid-corner stability is great. I mean, it is, it doesn't have that much camber because it's a street alignment.
Yeah.
But it's fine. I'm just putting around there and it feels so good. I'm at the top of 5th gear, like the very top. Just did a couple minutes of the first session, and it's the first time I ever had a chance to drive over 180 kilometers an hour because they actually put the HKS speed limiter defeater on here, so that way I can actually go as fast as I want. I ended up getting to the top of 5th gear. I almost feel like I could shift to 6th gear, but man, is it moving. It feels like it's going really fast. This is also the first time I'm driving it with KW suspension on track. First stickers on my new helmet. So, after driving it for the second time here in the dry with the updated suspension, I have to say this thing is so much fun to drive. It's more of a street car, it's very evident of that, especially it having street tires on it. If I had AO52s, oh my god, it would be crazy. It would have so much grip. But, you know, maybe sliding around a little bit makes it a lot more fun.
From the sliding that you're feeling is the setup that was in there originally was a little bit too aggressive for the track that we put in. So what we did was pull some stuff out, like a little bit of compression, a little bit of rebound, build up some grips of the cars to slide around more. And that's something that you're going to have more of a surface back at home, especially with the street tire. And the track surface out here is a little bit different than what you'll have at home too. So I think this setup in there now is good for what you need and what the car's going to do for now.
I'm just glad that I'm able to beat it up one last time before it gets restored, because we did have a chance to talk to Mr. Yoshida, and he gave me his game plan for the restoration, which is going to be extensive. So I can't wait to see that. Yeah, I actually can't wait to drive this in Los Angeles once that's all done, especially in the canyons. While it would be cool to drive more tailgate here, which I probably will do one last time before I ship it back, driving with friends at home is what really makes it a lot of fun. So definitely appreciate your help for getting us here to Japan to tell all these cool stories, and looking forward to a lot more. Yeah.
Let's make some more.
I'm going to be able to drive an S15 on the track for the first time. I've only driven it on the street. How are they to drive?
I love it. It's like, I mean, if you've driven an S14, very similar. It's just nicer on the inside, just slightly more refined, but probably 95% the same car. Brakes same, suspension, subframes the same. This one's on HK's Hypermex.
So this is the thing, like, because right now I'm kind of in between, I guess, in between trying to decide what car to get next, because the R34 is going to be leaving Japan soon, right? Once I get mine restored at Garage Yoshida, I'm not going to have a car in Japan anymore. So I need to figure out what to replace it with, and I'm shopping between the S15, Chaser, maybe Integra Type R, I don't know, a bunch of different JDM Legends. You know, there's just so many ones to choose from now. Luckily, like, all of this is open and all of this is possible because of Top Rank.
Yep.
I never ever thought I would be able to drive my own car in Japan up until now. So not only that, can you believe they rented Fuji Speedway for us to drive?
It's beautiful, and it's not raining. It's weather's perfect. You can almost see Fuji.
Yeah, so cool. So last year we had a chance to drive this track also, but unfortunately it was very wet.
It was.
So, all right. So can I take it out for a lap?
Absolutely, take it out. Take it.
Cool.
I think you'll have your decision. In a few laps. You'll know.
Awesome. Here we go. S15.
I can see the smile. How you like it?
Salt. It's so good.
Hey, Daddy.
Can I just leave it running?
What color you want?
What?
What color you?
What color do you want?
If you can find a yellow, I'll take a yellow.
That's the hard one.
Done deal. Done deal. Done deal. How is it?
It's so good. It's just so simple and basic. It's so good.
Isn't it?
So then,
right.
is it stock exhaust?
No, exhaust is I think a Fujitsu or actually no, it's hilarious. It's a Kashimoto.
It's very, very quiet.
Yeah.
I can barely hear the car.
Yeah, so if we change out the downpipe, you'll get that nice SR20 sound.
Yeah.
Honestly, it sounds good on the front
That's
straight.
what I'm missing, I feel like, compared to what I'm used to with my S13 SR20. In my Z, it has that very raspy, like very individual inline 4 sound. And this is just so much smoother. The lag isn't that bad.
No, stock lag is really good. I almost prefer it this way than to start going up unless you go 2.2 on it.
It's pretty fast. So
Yeah.
I hit the top of 5th.
Yeah, of course.
So you're well into 6th gear then.
yeah.
This thing. Okay.
That's funny. You hit the top of 5th. Gran Turismo's right, because that's what you hit in Gran Turismo in this car.
So I was thinking, I was like, there's no way I need to shift into 6th. but then I hit the rev limiter at 5th. So this thing is really fast. And I wasn't even pushing it. I was just like babying it out of this corner because, you know, it's not my car. I just wanted to test it out.
This thing's really good on sector 3.
Yeah. Also, another thing is, it stops way better than my L34. Like, it stops very, very well.
These are, I just got snaked, so I'll take my helmet off. These are 2,800 pounds stock.
Oh.
So it's just, I'm going to be changing out the subframe on this one. The R34 subframe fits on it.
Why would you do this to me?
Huh? Because the bushings are like 20 years old. So
good.
I love, so it'll be even better because I'm not modifying it. I'm just putting new bushings
It just
on.
looks so good the way it is too.
It aged so well.
This is just like a really, really nice track car / daily driver.
Yeah.
Oh,
and you can slide pretty well.
Yes.
If you want it to slide, it slides pretty good.
All right, so it's our last day in Japan, and we're barely recovered from the Fuji Speedway Top Rank track day. Every single year, Top Rank invites all their customers out to Fuji Speedway to drive these incredible JDM legends on, I would say, the most historic track in Japan, at least the most famous one. It was so much fun, and luckily for me, Mr. Yoshida was there. He's actually going to restore this car, and I had a chance to talk with him in depth about what he's going to do to this car. Unfortunately, a lot of things were lost in translation. We'll play a little bit of that footage, but what I'm going to do is walk you guys through it step by step to my best understanding from my poor Japanese and his poor English. But of course, with the help of my buddy Masa, we were kind of able to figure it out. I started off by talking to Mr. Yoshida and mentioning to him that I'm not like a lot of the other owners that he deals with when it comes to these R34s or Skylines in general. A lot of these owners are fortunate enough to have an R34 in their collection among their many other cars. For me, this is something that is so near and dear to my heart, and I'm very honest about the fact that I saved up my entire life to be able to own something like this, and to be able to drive it in Japan and have him restore it is such a big dream. Today is going to be legitimately the last day that I drive it in this shape. The next time I see it will be when it's all apart and when Mr. Yoshida is actually putting down the first layers of paint. So we'll spend all day there. I'm going to actually fly to Osaka just for that. The paint, of course, is really faded. It's sat out in the sun for almost 25 years now. And you can actually see some of the original felt, right? So this is what it's kind of supposed to look like, because Top Rank actually put these on in order for me to pass the Japanese road inspection, the Shaken. They put these on because my wheels are long. So the rule is you have to hide the wheel and tire with the fender, or it has to be in line. The front is very flush, the rear maybe, I don't know, maybe it needs a 10 spacer or something to be flush, but I think it looks great. You can also see the original basic blue color in the door jambs. It's just so much more blue and so much more vibrant. This is more of just like a light blue, or like almost like an aqua. So we'll start off at the front. Definitely need to replace the headlight lenses. The nice thing is I don't just need to get the whole new headlight. I can actually just get the lens and replace that. You can see it's very yellow, and it's actually degrading from the sun. One big issue with these that Mr. Yoshida pointed out is that due to downforce and due to age, no matter what, if the bumper's fitted properly, they start to sag, and then this line right under the headlight just gets bigger and bigger over time. When I was at Garage Yoshida this last summer, he was able to put this on his lift, he was able to inspect it, and he was able to measure the depth of the paint. So it's all confirmed that the rest of the car has been untouched, unpainted. The only thing that's been changed is the Z-Tune front bumper. The lip is going to need to be replaced with a new one. It's also sagging, and the previous owner, it looks like he's hit some manhole covers or, I don't know, curbs or whatever with that thing. But it is pretty rough. There are some little chips and cracks throughout the car, but they're pretty minor. Just maybe 2 or 3 door dings, but they're so small I can barely see them. Sometimes I just see them in the light. All the badges and all the GT on the side, GTR in the rear, I was able to source brand new from Omori Factory. I am going to get Nismo side skirts. I think it just looks so much better with those, because it just gives it a little bit more of a lower look, and also it matches the Z-Tune front bumper. I am going to keep the stock fenders. While I think the Z-Tune fenders look good, because this is not going to make massive horsepower and it's just going to be a street cruiser, I think it looks better with the stock fenders. I'll keep these Nismo bolt-on over fenders because I actually think they look good, especially because this comes on the Z-Tune. The back is not as faded, and you can really see the difference between the paint that they use for the plastic and the paint they use for the metal. It faded at different rates. And one of the things that we highlighted in the Haggerty episode is that Mr. Yoshida developed an in-between color from the plastic and the metal, Nissan color, that is just like a best of both worlds, that he's going to paint every single panel on this car with. Because the paint is in pretty good condition and there's no rust inside or out, he's going to sand this down to primer. He's not going to need to take it down to metal. And then he's going to re-primer it. And then he's going to put his special Bayside blue color on. A couple coats of that. Then a couple coats of clear. And then a couple coats of top coat. So after he's done with it, it's going to look like a brand new car. In the rear, I don't know if I'll be able to get the rear diffuser because it's $9,000 right now, brand new from Nissan. So if I find a used one, maybe I'll put that on. I will get the rear valences. I think they look really cool, the Nismo ones. That kind of finishes off the rear. But I don't really need the diffuser for performance because this is not going to be a track car. This is going to be my street cruiser in Los Angeles. I was able to source a new one of these Nismo, I guess back half of the wing. This one is original and it's very faded, but the Nismo one is carbon fiber, so it's really nice looking. The glass is in really good shape. I don't think I'm going to need to do anything with that. I had LMGT Max when I had the car delivered to me, but I'm running these Advent GT wheels for now. I don't know, maybe I'll restore the GT Mags. They're actually shipped to the US. If I can make them look brand new, then maybe I'll switch them back to those because I really like the look of those. The only thing that really bothers me is that the original center console was damaged from the owner mounting this really crudely, this turbo timer. And then I'm guessing it's probably some kind of gauge up there or something. But other than that, it's mostly just like little bit of scratches. Maybe it's something that can be dipped or restored some way. The headliner is in absolutely excellent condition. The door panels, the carpet, the dash, no cracks or anything. The seats are 9.5 out of 10, maybe even 10 out of 10 in the rear. And the passenger seat looks like it's never really been sat in. But the driver's seat has a little bit of wear. I'm very, very careful when I go inside and out of this car. The engine bay is where it's super, super worn. 25 years old again, and pretty much untouched. So this is aluminum, so it corrodes pretty easily, and that's why the valve cover is chipping, cracking. It's just paint though. It seems like it's just all cosmetic. There's a little bit of surface rust here on this radiator core support. Just barely a little bit of corrosion. So I asked Mr. Yoshida if it's possible or what his plan is, if he's going to take the engine out or if he's going to just do the outside or whatever. He also said it really depends on what I'm looking for. I just want it to be as clean as possible because this is what I just want the best version of this car I can get. And he says he has to take out the engine anyway, so I told him let's do a body match for the engine bay, because to save money Nissan actually painted all the engine bays black and it just looks so weird. I just don't think it looks right. Once it does get painted Blaze-Side blue, I think it'll look so much better. I already got an Nismo titanium strut bar to replace this one. This one has a bunch of surface rust. I'm gonna leave all the power stuff to Tommy Efia. He did up my R32, and honestly, I think it's one of the best looking engine bays that I've seen on these cars, at least stock looking ones. You know, I know there's crazier ones that are all modified and all crazy colored, but you know, he nickel plates everything and he uses all new hardware and everything for pretty much the entire engine bay. Definitely looking forward to getting a Built by Legends dry carbon rod. It's just pretty cool looking. I think it's awesome to have one of those. Underside of the hood would be nice if it was painted body color also. It's pretty ugly, it being black. Of course, it's original, and there's a certain charm to that. But I don't know, I just want it to look as good as possible. I just want to get a better version of it. When it actually gets painted, it gets completely taken apart. The doors, fenders, every panel that can be taken apart, taken off, sprayed separately, gets sprayed separately. It's just the process that they do. I know there's a lot that I'm missing, but I'll revisit it once I actually fly to Osaka to shoot with him again. I hope you guys enjoyed all of our coverage from Japan this trip. Big thanks again to Yokohama Tire and KW Suspension for bringing us out. And of course to our channel sponsors, Pennzoil and Type S Auto. Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to support us directly, go to LarryChenPrints.com. I print and sign every single one of these. This is the perfect gift, or it's the perfect piece of art for your wall.